Hi, I'm Indiri. Welcome to beautiful Sabino Canyon. This is the first stop along the tramway. I did not take the tram because it was going to be till 11:30 and it's currently 10:30 and I started at 9:30 and I didn't feel like waiting that long. So I'm out here to take pictures that I'm later going to edit. It's a beautiful Saturday morning right after Christmas, and I'm out here. I have my lovely camera that was a Christmas present to myself that I purchased with my Christmas bonus, and it is a Canon EOS R6 Mark II. I have attached to it right now my RF 100 to 400 millimeter zoom lens because I am trying to take pictures of birds. It's kind of difficult. I've never done it before. From what I understand, it involves sitting very quietly and watching the trees. I've already gotten a few pictures. As you can see, every once in a while there's a little flittery thing around here. Me talking is going to scare them away a little bit. But, so we're just going to sit quietly for a few minutes here, and I'm going to attempt to take some pictures. The sun is in exactly the wrong spot right now. I'm looking that direction. The sun is there.
Huh. What are you aiming for?
Birds.
Uh-huh. Any particular?
No.
Just the ones that you see. I hope you find a vermilion flycatcher.
Oh, that'd be neat. I swear there were birds earlier. Ow. Airplane. It's sort of like a bird. I can hear them. I can't see them. And we're back. It's about 8:22 in the evening. Last time we spoke, I was out in the middle of the desert. Now I'm back here in my office that I share with my husband, and he's working over there. You'll hear him typing. And it's time to take a look at the photos that we got. So I'm not going to go through all of them. As you can see, they're a little washed out because that's how they always come out. I was kind of pleased by this. This was interesting. But as you recall, we were looking for pictures of birds. The bird pictures that I captured were these. Little bird right there. But that's probably among the best of them. Or that one. So, just double checking to make sure I've got the best. All right. So what I'm going to do with this bird picture now is I'm going to do a little bit of processing on it. Oops. And we're going to see if we can make this just a teensy bit better because it's a little flat right now. So the first thing I'm going to do is figure out exactly how big I want it to be. So I'm going to crop it. We're going to go to our crop settings over here. I don't really care how proportionate it is or whether it's gonna fit like a photo perfect thing. I just want to make sure my little bird is gonna be the main focus of our picture here, and we don't have too much extraneous junk, but also that we have kind of an interesting shape going on. It's a very high resolution camera I was using, so we can get away with cropping quite a bit here and still have a really nice photo. So we're going to go ahead and crop him down a little bit. The thing I like about Lightroom here is it's completely non-destructive, so I can make all these changes, and if I decide I don't like it later, I can go back and change it back with no problem at all. You can hear my dog. Allie! Come here, baby. Come here. Come up. Allie. There's Allie. She's a good girl. She's the goodest girl. But we're not playing with her right now, and she's very upset by that. Anyway, so I was watching a video from somebody earlier today. I'll put a link to that video in the description. It was showing us off some very interesting things about using the point curve tool. Which is not something I've done a lot of. I've done, little bits of it, just to increase, the quick and dirty, fix the contrast kind of thing. That was way too much, of course, but I'm just gonna undo that. Mostly I have stuck with using these slider bars up here with the light sliders, but I'm going to go ahead and try some of these interesting point curve things where you can actually go in here and select, do a select on a color. So we want our little bird here. So the way this, as I understand it, the way this works, we go in here, we can see exactly where he is, and we can raise him up a little bit. We can lower that down there. And say we want our background to pop a little bit more. We can just pull that up. Some of those mid-tones in the back. And I would really like these darks to come up a little bit more. Now we're looking a little bit washed out, so I'm going to pull the darks and the greens, maybe make them a little bit more green in the foreground, in the shadows, maybe a little bit more magenta in the highlights. Oop, maybe not that magenta, tiny bit more magenta. I'm going to go into the global settings, and in the mid-tones, I'm going to make my mid-tones a little bit darker. Now my bird's a little green. How'd that happen? So let's go look at the blues, and let's make him a little bit more. So he's pretty yellow. We can make him. So we want him a little more blue there, a little more yellow. Oops, maybe not that much more yellow. A little more yellow there. And we can see what it was, what it is. We're still looking a little washed out and not very contrasty. So what I can do with that is our black point. Let's make him his, I've got some nice stripes on him. Oops, not that direction. Let's bring this down a little darker, and those stripey bits up a little brighter. Now we've got a little bit more contrast. I want this to be a little bit darker in general. Yeah, and so that does some interesting things there. And if we look at where we were, that little bird getting washed out, and I've been able to bring him up quite a bit here. And I'm still not completely happy with this. I still think I'm not loving how green we're looking. So I'm going to bring it, I'm going to mess with the white balance setting a little bit. And I'd like us to be a little bit more vibrant just because I like vibrance. I think I'm going to desaturate a little though. And just for funsies, let's see what happens if we throw some vignetting on there. Some reverse vignetting or some actual vignetting. Not loving it. Alright, so I'm not going to do that. What I can do is add a little bit of film grain in. It's a very non-grainy picture. I'm not loving that either. So, mostly what I've done is some little bits of enhancing, and it's pretty nice. Got a bird. I think it's a pretty successful day.